Morning, partners. I hope all of you can hear me and my voice is loud and clear. If yes, can you all please shout out a few reactions? Is my voice clear and audible? Perfect. Thank you so much for that. Uh, I hope everyone is doing well. And once again, we are excited to begin our fifth webinar for this month in the third phase of Zoho Partner webinar series for Europe and UK. And for today's topic, we are focusing on Zoho Writer, a very fine product which helps you and your team to be more productive as well. And for today's session, the topic from Zoho Writer is automate contracts, quotes, and more with Zoho CRM and Zoho Writer. So to present this topic, we have Gautam and Sini, our product experts from Zoho Writer. Along with them, we have Varadarajan, our marketing analyst from Zoho Writer, and we have Vadivel, another product expert from Zoho Writer team, will be available to help you with your concerns during and after the session. So I request all the partners to feel free and ask their questions and clarify your doubts on the Q&A section on the left pane, which will be addressed by Vadivel either during the session or post completion of the session. And also to provide you with an advance notice, we have 6 more subjects focusing on various products, which is completely tailored for Europe and UK partners, out of which we have one topic that is completely focused on Zoho Books, that is our Zoho Finance service. And also during this session, we'll be putting up a few polls. So we kindly request all the participants to participate so that based on your reactions and feedback, it will help us to improve our webinar services for Europe and UK. Over to you, Gautam and Sini. You can take it forward from here.
Great. Thank you so much for that warm introduction, Raj. And hi, everyone. It's great to have you all here, and we're excited to walk you through across industries and how we can use Zoho CRM and Writer to automate complex documentation workflows with a brand new advanced automation feature. So this session is especially useful for partners like you who serve clients with a range of document automation needs, whether it's onboarding new clients or sending out master service agreements or issuing detailed quotations.
Yeah, that is correct, Sini. And it's great to have you all here. We're excited to walk you through customers which across industries. And as mentioned, this session is really helpful for all the partners who will be serving their clients with a range of documentation needs. And what makes today's session unique is the spotlight on advanced documentation and automation, a powerful upgrade that allows users to dynamically pick templates, define custom distribution channels, and even route documents based on CRM data all in one flow. We've got a packed agenda with use cases that your customers will likely relate to. So let's get started and show you how Zoho Writer helps reduce turnaround time, ensure compliance, and improve operational efficiency.
Right. So before we dive into the details, let me walk you through today's agenda so you will know what exactly to expect, where we will begin with an overview of document automation and how it streamlines document generation. Then we'll explore how Zoho Writer integrates with various applications, especially CRM, to pull in dynamic data from one workflows. And we'll also look at how to generate documents in bulk, whether it's contracts, SLAs, or onboarding kits, and the different types of workflows that support this. And next, we'll break down the difference between simple automation and advanced automation, so you know when to use which. And then we'll focus on the new advanced automation capabilities, such as selecting templates conditionally, merging multiple templates, applying post-merge actions, and dynamically selecting distribution modes. And finally, we'll wrap up with a sneak peek at what's cooking, upcoming enhancements that will take automations even further.
So with that, let's jump in and see how you can completely transform uh, your client's documentation with Zoho Writer and Zoho CRM.
Right. So, Gautam, generating document is a daily task for most teams. So, how partners can suggest their customers to automate this process using writer automation?
Great question, Sini. The biggest reason is to eliminate manual work. With Zoho Writer, you can completely automate the creation of documents like contracts, quotes, and onboarding letters using pre-designed templates. This means no more copy pasting or formatting headaches.
And I assume this works directly with Zoho CRM.
Absolutely. You can merge data from CRM or any connected applications straight into the document. Things like client details, pricing terms, project timelines all get filled in automatically.
That really reduces the risk of human errors too. All right.
Exactly. It ensures consistency and accuracy across all your client documents. And you can even trigger these documents on demand or tie them into workflows so that the documents are generated and shared automatically when a deal is closed or a stage is updated.
That's powerful. So, for partners, clients who are managing high volume agreements, this saves hours of time and avoids costly mistakes too.
Precisely. It's a scalable solution that brings both speed and reliability to your documentation process.
That's great. So, Gautam, automation sounds promising, but for our partners, clients already using other Zoho apps, how does Writer integrate with them?
Well, it integrates really great, Sini. In fact, Zoho Writer connects seamlessly with key Zoho applications like CRM, Zoho Creator, and Zoho Projects, which makes it ideal for automating document-heavy workflows.
Can you give us a few examples here?
Sure. Let's say you're using Zoho Creator to collect data through custom forms. You can instantly push that data into a contract or a service report template in Zoho Writer. Or let's say if you're using Zoho Projects and you wanted to generate a project summary report or a client facing status update, you can do that directly using Zoho Writer's merge templates.
And of course, CRM is central to most customers' use cases.
Absolutely. From Zoho CRM, you can pull in DL data, contact information, account specific terms, and automatically choose between multiple templates based on customer type, region, or deal size. You can even merge multiple templates into one consolidated document like a quote, contract, and NDA in a single file.
That's a great example of how automation isn't just about speed, it also improves personalization and flexibility, Gautam.
Exactly. And the best part, all of this can happen without manual intervention.
That sounds interesting. So, Gautam, so far we have talked about integrating with different apps, but let's dive deeper. How exactly can partners, customers generate documents in bulk using Zoho Writer?
Great question, Srini. Zoho Writer provides multiple ways to trigger bulk document generation depending on your process flow. So let me break them down with examples. So let's say first let's go with manual trigger. So imagine a legal or a finance team needs to generate 100 enterprise MSAs or SLAs at once. They can simply upload a data file or trigger it directly from the CRM using a simple button. It's perfect when you want to quick control without automating. And let's talk about scheduling. So while Zoho Writer continues or currently allows schedule automation, this is useful for scenarios like sending out batch NDAs or renewal notice at a fixed time. So let's say on the 30th of this month, you wanted to generate documents in bulk. You can simply schedule that, and without any manual initiation, the merge happens and the documents will be distributed. And let me just talk about on-form submission. So let's say there is an HR team and they're collecting onboarding details in a Zoho form. And that has filled information of a particular client or their customers. So as soon as the form gets submitted, An employment agreement is automatically generated and sent for signature. This is super useful for structured in internal process. And when it comes to external systems where we have incoming webhook, say you're using a third-party ERP or a ticketing system, you can trigger document creation through incoming webhooks. So we are also enhancing this product. So this is how you can use the triggers available in Writer in order to generate documents.
That's really flexible, Gautam. Whether it's internal tools or external apps, you can configure Writer to generate documents exactly when you need them. So now that we have seen how flexible document triggers can be, so let's talk about the types of workflows we can set up in Zoho Writer. Can you break it down for us?
Absolutely, Sini. In Zoho Writer, workflows can be broadly classified into two simple categories. It's simple automation and advanced automation. And depending upon your use case and its complexity, you can use either one of them. So let me just break down and explain what is simple and advanced automation. So when we talk about simple automation, we have options like merging a new document or merging and saving the documents into a storage platform, which is work drive, or you can just merge these documents and send it out via email. So for example, it is great for sending out renewal letters to your customers or clients. And let's say you wanted to send out an NDA. Your customer's requirement is to send out NDA and get signatures. So in that case, you can use merge and send for sign collection, so that your customers will be able to merge the document and send the document for getting signatures from their customers. And furthermore, when we want to merge an invoke custom function, so we have an option where you can merge the document and then trigger any custom function that is written in Zoho Writer. So this can be used to update a particular CRM record after a document is getting created. And we also have merge and share fillable link, which is, so let's say your customer's requirement is to pre-fill certain data into a template and then get additional data from their clients. So in that case, they can make use of this operation, which will allow them to pre-fill data and also collect additional data using a fillable fields. So these are the simple automation that is available.
Sounds like simple automation covers most daily needs. And what more do we have for the complex flows?
So that's where advanced automation comes in. So it allows you to chain multiple actions, set up logic, and define post-merge operations all in one visual builder. For example, user can merge multiple templates conditionally, and they can also protect documents by marking them as final. And not only that, they can also convert documents to PDF, route files or folders based on customer type, and even share the generated document securely via email.
That's powerful. So we are basically building an end-to-end document journey from generation to distribution without switching tools.
Exactly, that is correct, Sini. And the best part here is it's all no code. So partners client who will be in different sectors, they may not have any coding knowledge. The real scenario over is that they will not be requiring any coding knowledge to develop this advanced automation workflow. And all is you can set up a workflow with just a few clicks.
That's a good to know information, Gautam. So now that we have covered the powerful capabilities of advanced automation in Writer, it's time to see them in action. So can you walk us through a few scenarios that showcases how different workflows can be set up based on conditions so that our partners can get a clear picture on how to use automation in different sectors?
Sure, Sini, definitely.
Great. So, Gautam, here is a common real world scenario which I would like you to give a demo on. So, an organization serves multiple customer segments: enterprise clients, SMEs, one time customers, and partners. Each of them needs a different contract template. For example, enterprise contracts include SLA clauses and penalties, while SME agreements are shorter and more to the point. So can we automate template selection based on the customer type?
Yes, definitely, Sini. So this is where the advanced automation tool kicks in. So you'll be able to use that in order to generate the documents based on your requirement. So let me just quickly jump over to the document section, and I'll show you the configuration that needs to be done in order to generate this. So basically, the idea is that we have enterprise customer agreement, SME agreement, partner, and one-time service agreement. So the idea here is to generate documents based on the customer type. So what we are going to do is we are going to create a module in CRM which has got the list of customers whom I'm going to address. So in here, let me just get into a record. And here you can see that I have a field called customer type. So if the customer's type is enterprise, then I would require the enterprise customer agreement to be filled with the data that I have in CRM and the total amount, etc., and generate the document. If the customer type is partner, or if the customer type is SME, or any other thing, I just want to pick the appropriate template and perform the merge operation. So in simple automation, or in other using other platform tools, you'll not be able to achieve this, because using advanced automation tool, you'll be able to pick this one. So let me show you how this can be configured. So this is the document setup that I've done. And here on the left panel, you can see setup advanced automation. So when you click on it, you'll just be getting into a tool which opens up wide range of automation capabilities. So here you can see that we are triggering a document, and we are filtering based on a condition, and we are providing various merge templates. And finally, we are converting it into a PDF and sending it via email. So yes, I agree this might look complex, but let me show you how it can be done in a simple steps. So let me just create a new template, and I'll go to the automate option and select CRM as my data source. And here I'm going to use customers module. So I'm choosing the data source. And as you can see, once the data source is chosen, all the fields from my CRM is listed in my left panel. And now I'll just go to the advanced automation tool, because that's where the today's focus is. So now, once I open the tool, you can see that by default, we have two different cards, which is manually trigger the merge and merge and store the document. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to remove this merge document. And now let me just go ahead and use my condition. So here we have various logics available. So based on certain condition, I might be able to execute a operation, or I might be able to route files or route data based on certain conditions. And I can also filter files or filter data based on certain condition. So for this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use filter data on condition. So as we might know, the main difference between filter and routing is that routing is basically like a checkbox. So you'd be able to pass data or files with all the criteria that you have added, and if it accepts the criteria, then it will get into the next step. Whereas filter is like a radio button. So it'll either go to the first one, and if it is satisfied, the values or the data, the data or the files will not be going to the next filter itself. So in this case, if the customer is an enterprise, I would not require the data to be going through to SME, partner, or any other templates that I'm going to configure. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the filter option, and I'm going to connect these two. So once the connection is done, I'm going to use the data source, which is the incoming data. So now incoming data is the data from the CRM that is going to get populated in my template. Now let's go ahead and configure the rules. So in this case, I'm having the field called customer type. So which is the field that I need in order to configure this. So what I'm going to do is, if the customer type is enterprise, I need a filter to be generated. So now I'm going to add additional ports so that based on my filter, I'll be able to choose or perform various different actions. So now let me just go to the same customer type and I'm going to add, let's say, partners. So for time consumption, I'm just going to stop it right now and I'll show you the next operation that needs to be done. So now once that is done, what I'm going to do is I'm going to merge and store the document first. So I'll just add this and I'm going to connect the first filter to it. So if it is an enterprise customer, the data will be passing through this particular template based on my condition that I've applied. So for that, I'm going to pick a file. So if it is in CRM, you'll also get an option called enter the RID. So you can use any one of this. So if you would like to enter the RID, that's the last set of characters in the template and you will be able to enter that. So now I'm just going to pick a file from my drive and I'm going to select the data source, which is the filtered data. And now I can go ahead and map the fields. So once the mapping is done, I'll just go ahead and select the storage in which I would have to put in the merged file, which is the merged documents folder. So now once this configuration is done, all I have to do is just close this one and go to my next step, which is document conversion. So what I need is I just want the merged document to be converted to a PDF. So let's say if by default, if you're sending it via email, the document will be converted to PDF. But in my case, let's say I'm just going to perform various actions. So I'm just using this convert to PDF card. So now the document will be converted and for that I'm going to choose a folder in which the file needs to be saved, just using the same folder. And now as you can see, the merged file is already chosen. If not, you can just use this option called dynamically generated files or folders, which will ensure that the merged document is getting converted to PDF. And now once that is done, I'm just going to the document sharing and collaboration and I'm going to send it via email. So this is going to be my last step. And for email configuration, I can just click on configure and I'll be able to use either hardcore any email address or use my email address available in the data source and dynamically send out the documents. So here I'm going to attach the merged file as a PDF. So once that is done, I'm going to click on configure and then yeah, that's about it. So now let's say I would like to perform the same to the second filter as well. What I have to do is I have to go to the merge and generate and click on this and just simply connect the data, make sure that the configuration is done similar to that, and then go ahead and connect this to the convert to PDF. And once that is done, you can see that I'll be able to add the merged document as well. So once the merged PDF file is converted, I'll be able to add it in here as well. So, so that my email will be generated based on the both the documents. So let me show you the final output. So I've already configured this in this particular template. So, so as I showed you earlier, this is the configuration that we have done. So everything is already set up. So now let me just go ahead and select any two of the customers and I'm going to trigger a mail merge from Zoho CRM. So I'm clicking on mail merge and selecting the document, which is enterprise customer agreement. So enterprise customer agreement is the document in which I have configured this advanced automation. And within that, I'm going to use multiple templates using the tool. So let me just go ahead and run the merge and click on proceed. So yeah, so now the document generation is initiated and let's just wait for a few minutes so that so here you can see that both I've selected two customers and both these automation is currently running. So let me show you the log page in which you'll be able to track the status of the merge. So here you can see that the first two data is completed and it's just waiting for the next one to start. So the basic idea is if the enterprise customer partners or SME, any data that we have configured will be passing through the required merge operation, and then it will be converted to PDF. So this is how you can dynamically pick the templates that needs to be merged, and you can just send it out via email. So yeah, once I receive the once this operation is completed, the email will be received. I hope you can just know about it. So yeah, let me just quickly jump over.
That's great. Thank you so much for that smooth demo, Gautam. So now here is another use case for you. So let's say there is an event happening and we want to send participants an event registration acknowledgement, but we also want to include the event itinerary and terms and conditions in a single document. So is it possible to merge multiple templates and send them as one?
Yes, definitely, Sini. So using this advanced automation tool, yeah, we'll be able to generate documents, and based on our requirement we'll be able to merge additional documents, and then you'll be able to set it. So let me show you how it can be done. So as you mentioned, we are going to generate an event registration form, and we are going to include data into it. So for that I have a Zoholix ticket in my template section. So this is a ticket, and here you can see that I have set up an advanced automation. So let's say I have a event registration data in my CRM. So from Zoho Forms, I'm collecting the data and I'm pushing it to Zoho CRM. And in CRM, I have the data available, which needs to be converted to a ticket. And based on my requirement, so let's say if the event registration number of days is one, I need day one's itinerary to be attached along with it, and also the terms and conditions should also be attached. So if the number of days is two, I want both the days itinerary to be attached and along with the terms and condition. So here in my work drive, I have a day one itinerary, day two itinerary, along with the terms and conditions. So these are the three documents that is going to be attached based on the user's selection in their data source. So for that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to first open up the tool and show you how it is done. So here you can see that I'm using the merge operation using data source as Zoho CRM. And now next, I'm going to filter the incoming data from my data source into two. So for this, I have a field in my event registration CRM data called number of days attending. So if it is one, I want this to be going to a different workflow. And if it is two, which is the number of days is two, I want a different set of workflow to be carried out. And let's go to the merge operation. So I'm going to use the same Zoholix ticket, the template that I'm in right now for the merge operation in both these cases. But after the merge operation, I have a different set of workflow for each selection. So here in this case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to merge these three files together. So the merged files from the merge operation is attached. Along with it, I have the day one itinerary and the Zoholix terms and conditions document. So totally, I'm going to send out three different documents, which is going to be combined together in a single document. So, and the document name is going to be full name, ticket, and itinerary. Similarly, if it is day two, if the customer has selected day two in the event, what I'm going to do is I'm going to generate a document which contains the merged file along with the day one and the second itinerary and the terms and condition. So this is how you can dynamically merge, and post merge, you'll be able to perform different set of workflows according to your preference. So once all these operation is completed, what I'm going to do is I'm going to send it out to my the event attendees directly. So I'm going to add in the email address, and I'm going to add both the files, the PDF files, that is the combined PDF files, and I'm going to send it out. So let me just go to the event registration module in my CRM and generate a document. I go to actions, mail merge, and I'm going to select the template in which I have the configuration done. Here, this is the template, and this is how the output is going to be. So this is the output for one ticket, and along with this, I'll also have the day one, since it's a day one. Uh, so the user has selected day one, it's going to be the day one itinerary and the terms and condition. When I go to the second template here, it's going to be day one, day two itinerary, and along with that, I'll have the terms and condition. So let me quickly run the merge. Check log. Now, when we get into the details, you can see the actual status of running the merge operation. So here you can see that now the data is completed. I mean, the filter option is done. And based on that, it's getting into the first card, and which is the merge and store, and it's currently combining the files. So once the files are combined, I'll be getting an email. So let me just wait for a few seconds. If the email gets through, I'll be able to show you the output, or else I know you might be able to, figure out how the output would look like based on my preview shown. So basically, you can perform various different automation using the advanced automation tool. So yeah, so the ticket has been generated. So the mail is will be sent out pretty soon. It's 32 seconds. So here you can see that we have merged the data, and we have day one itinerary because the first use case, the user has selected day one. And then we have the terms and condition. So this would be the output. So this is three different documents. This is the merge template, and this is the day one itinerary, and this is the terms and condition. These are combined together, and we have completed the document. As you can see, it's recently uploaded one. So now it's just waiting for the mail to be sent out. And once that is done, I'll be getting out the email as well. So that's how the merge, or the entire automation process can be easily done using the advanced automation tool.
Okay, great. So thank you so much for that demo, Gautam. And we have one final scenario before we wrap up the demos. So we handle both high value and low value agreements. So for high value agreements, we wanted to send the final document for an internal review process before we send it out to our customers. But for low value contracts, we would like to skip the review and send them directly to customers. So can you explain us how Writer handles this intelligently?
Yes, definitely, Sini. So as of now, as you might know, in the advanced automation tool, we have provided a merge and store as well as um, yeah. So we have provided two merge operation, which is merge and store and merge with template settings. So basically, merge and store will merge and store the document. And if you'd like to, carry forward this further, you can make use of merge with template settings so that the configuration that you have done in the template will be carried over. And not to mention, we're also going to provide various operations pretty soon. So when we just go to the template, so this is the low value template in which I have configured the workflow. And let me go to the advanced automation builder. And here you can see that we are going to use the Zoho CRM as a data source, and we are going to merge the documents. And based on the customer type, we are going to filter it out. And not only the customer type, let's say if the total amount is equals to certain value, then you can make use of that value, and then you'll be able to differentiate it as a low value agreement or a high value agreement. And once that is done, you'll be able to perform the calculation. So here you can see that I have selected merge with template settings and I have picked a merge template. So using this, I'll be able to extend my operations available. So let me go to the merge document, which in which I have configured the template settings. Right. So this is the document that I have chosen for high value agreement, and this is the one for low value agreement in which I have configured the advanced automation. So let me go to the high value agreement, and here you can see that I'm using an option called merge and send for approval. So here I'll be able to make use of three different approval or review process, which is review, approval, and combining these two together. So now I'll just start the workflow and I'm going to send it to an email address so that the high value agreement gets approved before it is getting into the final operation. And not only that, I'll also be able to execute any custom function here. So let's just say I would like to push the approved document back to a CRM record, or if I want to publish the document um, after the operation is completed, I'll be able to do that. So this is how you can make use of the template settings and perform automation in Writer as well. So now here you can see that as I mentioned, this is the operation that we have done. So now let me go to the template settings. And here you can see that I have used merge and store data, and I've merged the fields coming up, and I've also stored the document in a secure location in WorkDrive. So now in the send email option, I'm just going to configure, and I've configured the email address, and I'm going to attach the merged document. So this is the setup that I'm going to do for the low value agreement. And in the high value agreement, I'll be able to use the merge with template settings option. So now once this operation is done, all I'm going to do is run the merge. So let me go to CRM, and here I will go to the customers module. I'm selecting these two, and I'm going to mail merge. And now I'm going to choose the low value agreement in which I have configured this advanced tool. And go ahead and click on run merge. So now, as you can see, based on my selection, I'll be able to either perform low value agreement or high value agreement. So this is how you can automate the process, and you'll be able to push or select templates and also perform different set of workflows to uh, for the automation process. So now let us just go ahead and talk about fillable forms. So in Writer, we have fillable forms available. So you can easily create a fillable form, or if you have any existing PDF forms that you have already created, you can simply upload that into Zoho Writer and you'll be able to use it for various operations. So we have options for you to um, get data and then create a document and send it out via email, or you can store the document, or even you can send the document for signing. So pretty much all the automation operation that we talked about is available for fillable forms as well. So you would not be required to pay anything in order to use these fillable forms. So if you go for other applications, you'd be required to pay certain amount in order to generate or create a fillable form. Whereas in Writer, you can create fillable forms easily with no cost. And also we have sign templates available. So if you'd like to send a document for signature, you can add multiple signers. So we have support up to 10 signers. So you can add different signers and you can send the document for signature, or you can sign yourself and send the document for signature. Not to mention, we also have in-person signature available and various other options as well. So you can check out these sign templates as well.
Okay, great. So, Gautam, in most organizations, setting up document automation workflow means juggling several tools, each doing one part of the job. Am I right?
Absolutely, Sini. For instance, people might use MS Word or Adobe to create templates. And in order to create forms, like I mentioned, they might be using Adobe Form, PDF Filler, Jot Form, or Form Stack. And for data source, they might be using Google Form or MS Excel for that matter. And next, let's say you would want to send the document for signature, then DocuSign or DigiSign. And when we talk about automating workflows, that's a whole different area where MS Power Automate, Zapier, and PandaDoc, and these are actually pretty complex as well to use these tools and perform a simple automation. And not to mention, post automation, if you'd like to store the document or if you want to organize the generated documents, you would require any one of the tools, the cloud-based tools like Google Drive or OneDrive. Whereas when it comes to Writer, everything is in a single tool.
Right. It's not just complicated, it's expensive, and also it's hard to manage because having multiple tools for one complete flow of document, it's always, it's hard to maintain and expensive at any cost.
Yes, that is correct, Sini. So Zoho Writer makes a huge difference in that. So it's all in a one platform, and that brings template creation, data merge, signing, workflow automation, and file management under a single roof.
So instead of paying for and switching between five different tools, especially for enterprise teams, you can do it all using Zoho Writer.
Yes, and not to mention the built-in integrations across Zoho and as well as third-party applications. It's just not cost-effective, but also it's seamless and scalable.
That's great. So thank you so much for that detailed walkthrough on all the automations and workflows that we have in Zoho Writer, Gautam. And now it's time to talk about what's cooking. So we know many of you are already using webhooks to trigger document generation from third-party systems, like generating contracts once a client approves a quote in your ERP or help desk portal. While this feature already offers a lot of flexibility, we understand there are still some limitations. The good news is we are working on expanding this capability further to make these external integrations even more seamless and powerful. So stay tuned for more enhancements are on the way. And it's time for Q&A. So please do raise your questions if you have any, and we will be able to answer them. And I could see that there are a few questions being raised, and our expert Vadivel is already answering them live then and there. So if you have any questions, please do raise them, and we'll be more than happy to answer them.
So there is a question. So how to select a template via mail merge? So if you click on mail merge, you can select the template from Zoho CRM. So these are the templates available in CRM under settings, templates, and under mail merge templates.
Perfect. Thank you so much for the wonderful session, Srini and Gautam. So,
Yeah.
partners, once again, as Srini mentioned, if you have any questions, just feel free to ask them on the Q&A tab, or you can just let us know even if you would like to, speak with the team so that we can provide mic access to you guys.
And yes, also to answer if you can select a CRM email template. So yes, you can. So under send email option, if you go to the configured options, here you can see that you have an option called CRM email template. So using this, the email templates that you have in CRM can be selected and you'll be able to send it using that.
Perfect. So that actually answered Neil's question. So Neil or any other partners, if you have any other questions, just feel free to ask them or post them on the Q&A section. And also, as requested earlier, we have put up a few default polls, and we kindly request all the partners to participate on those polls. And also, to the advance notice which I gave on the 6 more subjects, I would like to highlight that we have 2 specific topics on 10th of June by the same time as the rest of the webinars. That will be 10 a.m. British time and 11 a.m. European time. And also another webinar on the 12th of June, both of them focusing on WorkDrive 5.0 for you and your clients. So it's on the new version of the WorkDrive, and it's been split into 2 different topics to give clear idea of the working and as well as to showcase a demo on the service. So the same team that has presented the writer webinar today will be present on 10th and 12th as well to give you an idea about those webinars. So I request that I've just posted the link to where you can go and directly register for the webinars on WorkDrive. So feel free to go and register for them. And once again, Srini, Vadivel, Gautam, and Varadarajan, thank you so much for the fantastic webinar. I really appreciate all the partners' time and also your time. And I hope the partners found the webinar and the presentation informative. So thank you guys. And maybe Gautam, if you can just display the QR code, I'll just give an idea about that as well at the end of the session. Yeah. Perfect. So partners, we kindly request you to scan the QR code. All the webinar recordings across different phases, that is phase 1, phase 2, and phase 3, will be first posted here on the work drive folder and then only taken to the website. So just in case if you'd like to revisit the webinar, you can feel free to scan the QR code and you'll be able to access the recording in maybe 20 minutes once the webinar ends. And Gautam, we just have one question from Mike. Do you want me to project it?
Yes, I'm just checking that. So, using any status update in CRM, are you referring to that? Or if it is to blueprint transformation into Zoho Desk, or which application would you like to use as a trigger? Yeah, that's Thank you. Yes, we do have an option, but we'll just get into more clarity for that, and I will be able to answer you via email regarding this question. Currently, we have options to generate simple automations. So we have merge APIs available. Using that, and in CRM workflow, you'll be able to configure merge APIs and using any field as a trigger. So let's say the quote stage is updated or the status is changed. You'll be able to use as a trigger and perform simple automation workflows. When it comes to advanced, this is just recently launched. So yeah, we'll explore those options and we'll let you know in the future. Thank you.
Perfect. Thanks again, Gautam. I guess that answered Mike's question. And also, I'll be sharing his email so that you can follow up with him post the webinar.
Sure. Definitely. Thank you, Raj.
Perfect. And Srini and Gautam, Vadivel and Vardarajan, I guess we have no more questions to answer. Everything seems to be perfect. So thank you all once again.
You're welcome, Raj, and thank you so much, partners, for all your time. And we look forward in another session.
Thank you guys.
Thank you, Raj. Thank you all.
Thank you. Thank you, Raj. Thank you. Thank you, partners. Thank you.